So the latest tweet we received from CMPD, their official latest update was that the U.S. Marshal's Office task force, which is comprised of officers from multiple agencies, was conducting an investigation in the area of the 5,000 block of Galway Drive when they were engaged by active gunfire from a subject. Multiple law enforcement officers have been struck by the gunfire and are being transported to the hospital. The CMPD SWAT team is currently on scene.
All right, Caitlin Hagwood is on Plaza. We've been talking about Plaza potentially being shut down or having just congestion overall. Caitlin, what have you seen?
Well, Colin, let me just sort of walk you through what we're seeing out here, and it honestly is a chaotic scene. We have helicopters just above us. We have traffic that is in standstill. We had multiple people stop us while we were in our news vehicle to ask us what is going on. I actually pulled over. I was in a separate vehicle from my photographer, and I had to pull over just so we could get into the same car because it was just absolute madness. Now, you guys are seeing one of the roads. This is actually near where one of those blockages are. I mean, we talked about I-77 being blocked, other side streets and nearby streets blocked off. As we were getting closer, I mean, that was probably about 20 minutes ago, not only did we see multiple law enforcement cruisers, state troopers, CMPD, Mecklenburg County, we also saw medic. We saw ambulances going toward, I'm assuming a hospital after multiple officers were down based off of what has taken place in this incident. I want to show you guys a little bit more of what we're seeing. And again, this is really a calmed down version of all that has taken place. Complete chaos. Multiple schools letting out. This is the time when students will get out. So imagine just the frustration and worry and concern among parents as a lot of those kids, they get out, maybe they walk home or they walk to the bus lot wherever they're going, and just seeing masses of kids and these large amounts of law enforcement officers. We saw one of those medic. They do buses. They have buses for mass casualty events. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that there is a large mass casualty event, but what we know now at this point is that multiple officers have been injured. So when you see things like that, we saw the SWAT team as we were coming in, and again, just absolute chaos and confusion from folks wanting to know what exactly happened. Where we are on the plaza, and again, I can't get any closer, but I can see on my maps multiple red areas, so that kind of shows you where the traffic is blocked off, right? That Galway Drive, where everyone has been talking about, the area where this incident started, if you look on the map, you don't even actually see, and now there's some type of smoke that we're smelling coming from near where we are standing. So it's pretty soon we're gonna move. I'm not entirely sure why that is, but I will say nearby where that smoke that we're smelling, again, the plaza right here. I don't know if you guys can see that haze, but nearby this area is where all of this has taken place. But Galway Drive, where the actual incident was apparently said to have started, if you look on maps, it doesn't even show any red in that area, which makes me think that maybe it has moved a little bit, or maybe the suspects or the subjects have moved somewhere else. Obviously a huge scene. We don't know if we're talking about one person. We don't know if we're talking about two people. We don't know how many individuals are involved or what type of weapons that they have. Still so many questions, and our Jesse Pierre is going to be getting those answers directly from law enforcement. We are covering this from all angles, guys. Again, we have multiple law enforcement officers that are down. It's an extremely scary situation. There's going to be a long process after this, just making sure that, with the families and the recovery and even counselors, when we talk about just the pain and the stress of being in the law enforcement profession and what it takes to be in this job and the different things that these officers see. And now to have an incident like this is extremely scary. And we're, again, right in the thick of it, hoping to bring you guys what little information we have as this continues to unfold.
Caitlin Hagwood live on scene there at the plaza, waiting to get more information. Appreciate your take on it, describing a bit of a strange smell, a bit of an odor now in the air, and just staying away from the scene as it is still very active. CMPD emphasizing how dangerous it is still. So if you are at home, if you're watching on TV, if you are about to hit the road, best to stay at home. As we come up on the air just after 3 o'clock this afternoon, want to get you caught up on what we know so far. Just after 1:30 this afternoon, U.S. Marshal's Office responded. We're on scene of a house in the 5,000 block of Galway Drive, just south of Milton Road there in East Charlotte. They were fired upon. At least one suspect opened fire on a number of officers, and now we have CMPD confirming that multiple officers have been struck by the suspect and transported to local hospitals. CMPD SWAT team is currently on scene, and there are several closures, including 77, just to get ambulance and emergency response as quickly and as effectively as they can to this scene in East Charlotte. So it might be miles away from the Plaza or Galway Drive, but they are closing a number of streets. CMS, we have reached out to CMS. We are learning that CMS officials are hoping to contact parents. They're looking for parents or looking to talk to parents, and then they will communicate with us as soon as they let parents know what to do with their kids. We also are working to learn how many officers were shot and how many suspects there are. So there